Hello my dear YouTuber friends, and I do hope you're all keeping well. Welcome to this new video. This is a review of the Cessna switch panel made by a chap called Pigsfly on a Discord. Simitation on an Etsy store, that's his store name. Cessna switch panel. That's compatible. You see my little Series S down there. Excuse the mess around it and all the wires. It's compatible on Xbox. Something we've not really seen on the Xbox platform. A switch panel. A panel in this format, in fact. And indeed it does work. Now it is labelled as a switch panel. Because it uses keyboard commands, you can assign those switches to anything you want to do, you would like rather. And I'm going to give you a demonstration of that in this video. So, I'll give you a good review and overview of this product. And then I'll give you my recommendations and thoughts on it. Let's not dilly-dally. Let's get on with this video. So let's give you a quick overview of the product itself. This is out of the box, essentially what you get when you buy it. Obviously you get the switch panel. You get included some instructions, I'll get onto that in a moment. You get brackets which are optional. These actually slot through the top and back of the system, so the back of the system and top there, and then you would clamp them to your desk. There is an optional way of clamping this to your desk if you own the Velocity 1 flight yacht system. Let me just show you that on screen. So using the mounting legs from the Velocity 1 flight yacht system, you can actually mount the switch panel underneath your desk, which is fantastic. Let's just take that off screen. If I was using this on Xbox, that's the way I would go. I would use the Velocity 1 yoke mounting legs to actually mount that underneath the desk, underneath the yoke. Very clever indeed. Good build quality. Nice tactile switches. Let's just give you a closer look at them. Very nicely built. Remember, this is just done by one person. Per se, an amateur sort of build. Not in a bad way, amateur build, but it's not made by a big company. In other words, it's a one-man band. Nice tactile switches. Nice switch there. Turny switch for the magneto. Nice feel on the alternator and battery. An avionics switch there as well. And very tactile metal switches. These are sort of momentary switches. So I believe whichever way you switch that, it's going to turn out to be the same command, up or down. But just very nicely built. Show you around there. Good build quality, nice and solid, not too heavy. That's how you would plug it in. It's got some weight to it, but not too heavy. Mini USB or whatever it is. Is that USB-C or something of that sort? I've got a couple of Velcro tabs on mine. These don't come with it. I had these spare from something else. Because when I'm mounting this, I want to show you the system clearly, so I'm going to mount it on top of a desk. That's why I've got them, so they're not included. But it's just a different mounting option you can use. And there you go. Very nice indeed. Does come with some instructions. Now I'm going to show you this in the sim later in Flight Sim 2024. So it's got 2020 instructions, Flight Sim 2020, and Flight Sim 2024. It's just showing you how to assign the different buttons and switches on this to the sim. Very simple. I'll walk you through that later. But because you can assign any buttons you want, you can have these controlling whatever you want in a sim, which is very exciting for Xbox. I'll show you that. Alright, what we'll do, my friends, I'll get this connected to my Xbox Series S. and I'll show you this in practice. There we go, I'm in the sim on my Xbox Series S. I am in on my Series S. If I press my big Xbox button, you can see my home page there, just to prove it. And I've set up various of the controls. Now, as soon as I don't have a keyboard connected. I've just plugged in the device with the included, I think it's a USB-C. It's a USB, mini USB cord that you get with it. Plugged it in the back of my Series S. And as you can see there, it's just come up as a keyboard because it uses keyboard commands. Now, what I've done, I just renamed the general and airplanes controls on the device. They came up with default controls. I just duplicated them and renamed them. And I've typed, well, let's just go search by input. I've just inputted a couple of the commands already. I'll move my magneto key, search by input. Move my magneto key to the right. There you go, it's increased magneto 1. Search by input again, move it to the left. Decrease. I've also set up things like my landing lights. There you go, toggle landing lights. And you can see there, if I go into that bar, I can't highlight it because it hides it, but that box there, you can see what keyboard commands it uses. Those are set by default. So whatever you set those controls for, that's the command. So it's L and control it will use, but essentially you're just toggling the button. Hope that makes sense. And all I did here, let me just get rid of that. To set them up, you do have to set them up manually. Let this whirring box just, there we go. Go to the search. I'll just show you. And I'm going to set one up with you in a moment anyway. I'm just going to type in magneto, and it'll bring up all the commands for magneto. There you go. And there I just set these two up. These two up, as you can see there, just by moving the magneto switch on the control box. Again, remember, you could set these up as anything, and I'll show you that in a moment. Did the same with landing lights and that type of thing. So I'll tell you what, let me just jump into an aircraft. Let's go back. Save them back. I'll jump into an aircraft and show you the switch panel. Show you it working in Flight Sim 2024. And there we go. We're cold and dark at Manchester Airport in the Cessna 172. Now let me just bring in my camera. Just like that. So you got the unit in front of me there. Keep an eye on the magneto key on the Cessna 172 there. I'm going to turn this. Look, it turns in the sim. So there you go, I can turn it that way. And turn it the other way. Master and alternator. Let's turn them on. Keep an eye on them in the sim. Hey, all turns on fine. There we go, you can see the magneto key working as well. So start the engines up, why not? And, oh, I don't have my throttle. Never mind about that, but you can see it all working. Landing lights. Keep an eye on the bank of light buttons. There you go, landing lights. And I've set up taxi lights as well. I've not set up all switches because I want to do one or two of them with you just to show you how you do it. But there you go. It all works fine. Let's turn the master and alternator off. That's just set as toggles, so whichever way you press these, it will toggle them on or off. Great, isn't it? Okay, let me just show you that working in the sim. So, how I set these up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set up a... Oh, which one don't I have set up? Nav. So... How do I put that's to go external? Okay, never mind. Let's go to settings. Getting back used to Xbox controls again. Go to controls. And I've got my keyboard selected. As you can see there on the left. So I've got my keyboard selected and I've got my profile selected that I'm setting up. My aeroplanes and general controls. I'm just going to go search. Now I want to find toggle. So this is how you would set it up. Toggle. Oh, before I do that, go search by input. So come out of that, search by input. I'm going to move on my switch panel. I'm going to click that nav button, move that nav switch. It's already set up for next phase of flight. If there's anything set up, unbind them. Create a new profile, unbind what's set up on those switches already, because there may be, and there will be for one or two of them. There we go, now I've got that set up. I'll type in the search box, toggle nav, bear with me a second, I'll try and do this quickly, nav lights. That'll probably bring it up. Toggle nav lights, there you go. So I'm going to click in the box there. As you can see, this box here. Well, it's already selected, isn't it? Oh, there we go. It is now. Click in that box there. And then move your nav switch. So that's now selected as toggle nav lights. Do bear with me, my mouse just fell off my knee. Got it set on my knee at the button. So back and save and back. Come on, save and back. Resume. Oh, get back in the aircraft. Like I said, do bear with me. Now keep an eye on the nav lights. What I'll do, I'll bring in the camera again to show you this part. There we go. So toggle nav lights. Watch the nav lights. There you go. You can see it moving. So I've got set up. I've not got them all set up because I've been experimenting with this unit. So I've got my landing lights, taxi lights, and nav lights. And you do the same with the rest of them. Toggle strobe, toggle pilot heat, toggle fuel pump, toggle beacon, etc. Toggle avionics. That's how you would set the rest up. Interesting, isn't it? That's not all you can do with this panel though. Let me show you something else. So let's show you some interesting stuff. As you can see there now, my general controls, I've got a different controller profile set up. S panel AP, switch panel autopilot. Here I've set up some interesting stuff. So I'll go search by input and move my magneto key to the right. It's increase autopilot reference altitude. I've set that up for something different. So it's not magneto now, it's increase autopilot reference altitude. Move that magneto key to the left, it's decrease. Search by input, I'm going to press my avionics switch on my switch panel. It's toggle autopilot master. The switch next to it, pilot heat. What have I got that set up for? Toggle autopilot heading hold. Let's go back and show you this with the camera. So resume. So there you go. You got a good picture of the Cessna 172 cockpit there. Let me just bring in the camera. There we go. Keep an eye on the G1000 there. Top left of the G1000. Autopilot reference altitude. I'll move my magneto key to the left. Look. It's increasing my autopilot reference altitude. Get it to 1,000 feet. There we go. Move it to the right. It will decrease it. Because this magneto key is like a button press every time you turn it, it's not great for things like heading, which is a shame. It would be good to have that as moving my heading bug. It does work, but it works very slowly if you're moving your heading bug. For autopilot reference altitude, though, it works absolutely fine. Let's put that back to 1,000. 1,100, that's fine. Avionics Master, keep an eye at top of the picture there on my G1000. Autopilot on. Pilot heat. Heading hold on. Let's toggle heading hold. Avionics Master. Turns autopilot off. So essentially, you could set these up. Well, what I would do is have two profiles. One for your switches. So have your avionics switch. Have that set up in one profile. Change profiles in the sim to, once you're up in the air, to autopilot. You could set all these up as autopilot switches. Isn't that fantastic? Okay, let me just take you to details of where you can buy this amazing switch panel, and then I'll take you to my conclusion and recommendations. So let's show you where you can get this Xbox switch panel from. I'm going to put a link in the description. If you click on that link, it will take you to this page, his Etsy shop basically, and it should say there, Success Hadison 10 from Simitation will be applied at checkout. It's basically 10%. I believe it's off any of his products here, which is fantastic. Bring you to this page, scroll down a page till you see Xbox compatible Cessna panel. Click on it. It'll open a new page. And it says there £95. Don't worry about that. You're going to get 10% off. You do have to select an option. You get two options with clamps. It's a few pound more. Or just a switch panel. If you've got the Velocity 1 flight yoke, just buy the switch panel. In my opinion, you might as well buy the clamps. It's only £5 more. But we'll select the switch panel only. We'll add it to basket. And I think I've got something in my basket already. But let's just go to my basket. There we go. Now I've got two of them. I only want one. Yeah, I added it to my basket before. So when you do that, with 10% off, it knocks it down to £85.84. That's UK price. US price will be roughly around the same, wouldn't it? So there you go, £85. You do have to pay delivery costs. Remember, it's coming from the States. Now, Pigsfly on the Discord did mention to me until the 1st of December, if you're buying this in the UK, so the 1st of December, you've got a couple of weeks left, just over, he will rebate you 50% of the delivery costs. So instead of £50 from the US, it'll cost £25. Not bad at all. So that'll be about, what, 115? It's a good price for that kind of unit. I was looking up the Logitech multi-panel there. Couldn't find it on Amazon. It seems to be sold out on Amazon. But on this site, that's roughly the price you'll be paying. It's not far. In fact, that's more than the price there. But you do have to pay delivery costs, delivery charges on top. But that's more than this price, which is fantastic. So it's within the ballpark. Even the MyApp Pro, that's more expensive. It's within the ballpark of this kind of panel, which is great. It's priced well. So there you go. Use my code, get 10% off. Contact either through his Etsy or the Discord, Simitation or Pigsfly on the Discord, with a screenshot of your order, and he will rebate you 50% of your delivery costs outside the US until the 1st of December. So be quick on that. Okay, let me take you to my conclusion and recommendations. Okay, recommendations, conclusion. Do I recommend this Cessna style switch panel if you're on Xbox? Absolutely. There's nothing quite like it out there for Xbox with that form factor, and it's nice to see. It's a proof of concept. Now, it is like a landing, a light switch panel, as it were. It's good for that. As I showed you, you could set these up for autopilot function. Set them up to do anything on Xbox. Yeah, if you got the Velocity 1 flight yoke especially, mount that underneath it. My goodness me, you're going to have a whale of a time. There's only the MyApp Pro that's close to this. It's a smaller form factor, so it's not in the same sort of form factor. That costs a bit more as well, but you can do a little bit more with the MyApp Pro. But like I said, if you want to assign these switches to do whatever you want on Xbox, it's brilliant. I'd love to see more of these types of stuff. Love to see a big company. Actually, I'd like to see individuals like we got there with Simulation. More people do more stuff like on Xbox like this. Or maybe do something like the multi-panel there. Excuse the mess at the back. But the multi-panel that we can use on PC in that form factor. That would be fantastic. So yeah, big recommendation from me. If you're going to buy one, use my code. Be quick on that so you can get a discount and you can get some rebate if you're ordering this from outside the US as well. Get 50% cash back on the delivery costs as well. Big recommendation from me. Thanks very much to Pigsfly from the Discord for sending this to me for review. Do let me know your thoughts on it. Give the video a like if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe for more. And I'll see you soon.